He's got to give us a 3, 2, 1 or something. He never lets us know. Do you know what I mean?
Keep you on your toes.
Always
constantly.
on the toes.
Constantly. Keep you on your toes. There you go. Happy days.
All right, you're good. Let's go.
Magical, magical, magical times.
We're in.
You know what it is, people.
We're back.
Talk on Tottenham. Here we are. Heartman, Ricky.
Let's roll.
We're clinking. We're doing it. We're here. Episode what? 5?
I think it's 5. I think
6,
we're on 5.
12? No,
yeah,
we're
no.
on 5.
We're on 5.
Yeah, we are on 5. And we're keeping it strong.
Yeah,
we're keeping it consistent. And we're keeping it regular. Regular. So, peoples, there is a lot for us to talk about. There's a lot for us to break down. And we're going to go in. We're going to go right in. Rick, I know you got the artillery. I know you got things you want to get off your chest. We're going to talk it. We're going to analyze it. We're going to break it down. We're going to deep dive into it. And you, yes, you watching, you.
What, them?
Yeah, you.
Which one?
You, not him, her.
What,
yeah.
the one with the baby?
Yeah,
Like
what?
the curl? That
Yeah.
thing there?
The one done with the edges. Yeah.
That went out in 99.
No, it's back again, bruv.
Oh, is it back?
Bruv, everything
All
comes
right,
around.
sorry.
Everything comes
All right,
around.
fine.
This is the rebirth of the edge birth. So
okay.
everyone is going to like and subscribe. Everyone, the rebirth of the edge birth. You like that one there. Everyone is going to like and subscribe. Everybody. That's the way this grows. That's the way we keep in touch with you and know that you're appreciating what we're doing. So if you haven't liked, if you haven't subscribed, pause, do it right now.
Come on.
You done it?
Did they do it, though?
I'm sure they did.
You gave them...
I gave them time. I gave them the look as well.
You gave them the eye, innit?
And I'm not taking the hood off because my hair is not ready. It is not ready. I'm ready. The hair is not ready.
It's not ready for the comments, right?
It's not ready. I don't want to be in the comments. I don't want to be in them. You know. All right, look, black people are going to talk to us on the road. You know when you put the hood on in the morning and then you don't take it off? That's what's happened. I got hood hair, and I'm not from the hood. I got hood hair, but I'm not from the hood. Trust me.
I'm just happy you're not wearing the bonnet, bruv. Because
I need the silk bonnet. I need the silkness right now. I need it in my life. That and a bit of Dax and I was good to go, but he got neither with me. So I'm hooded. Yes, I look like a hoodlum, but I'm here. Brother, talk to me.
Bruv, well, you know what? I'm glad we started off with a giggle because it has been a bit of a crazy time, as per usual, at the land of Tottenham Hotspur. Mm-hmm. So today, we're going to mix it up a little bit. Normally, yes, we go through the games and we pick out a couple of the points and the talking points and we kind of have a little think and a chat and natter and try and, debunk a few things as well and give people a different point of view. But we're at a point in time now where I think that let's just have a little chat.
Yeah.
Let's just have a little chat about the headlines.
Just amongst friends.
Yeah, just amongst friends, bro. About the headlines that are happening right now at Tottenham. Mm-hmm. So like some of the headlines, Jed and Mickey van der Ven.
Yes.
And the kind of, it's been said that he ignored Frank coming off of the field. Yeah. We'll jump in.
Absolutely.
But, we got to talk about Frank himself. We've got to talk about tactics. We've got to talk about performance over results, bro. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We
got
style
of a content. I like that. I like that.
You know what? The fact that, so where we left off, the games that we're going to be referencing and talking about are Villa, Monaco, Everton, Newcastle, and of course, Chelsea. Cheese on bread, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, we'll be referencing those. But at the same time, I just want to let's mix it up. Let's have a chat, bro, because we're at a pivotal time now in Tottenham's season, under a new manager, with a pretty new squad, to see where we're feeling, where we're at, what we're doing. And let's look back at these games and see whether we've seen any progression. Have we seen any of us build on what we was talking about? You know what I mean? Are they doing the things in the right manner, bro? So, let's jump in. And one of the things that we should jump in on, I've just thought about it as well. After last episode, right?
Yep.
One of the things, and you even called the episode.
Yep.
Clicking. You know what I mean? So, in our last episode, in those games that we spoke about, you spoke about how our up front is not clicking.
Not at all.
And, we might have some structure going forward, but what are we doing on the left-hand side? Mm-hmm. What are we doing if Kudus is out? Mm-hmm. Who's our number 9?
Yep.
Etc. So over these games, bro, did you see any evidence of the click?
No,
nor did I, bruv. Nor did I. And that's all I kept thinking about was you saying clicking, bro. Because even the manager started talking about clicking.
Bruv, nothing's clicking. Nothing is clicking up there. And it's worrying. It really is worrying. And I think it not clicking up there is resulting in the other issues that we're seeing. let's go to Jed and Van der Ven.
All
Yeah?
right. Yeah. Cool.
It not clicking up front resulted in that attitude coming off the pitch. I'll
Okay.
explain why.
Okay.
As defenders, most of that game against Chelsea, we just defended. Most of that game, backs against the wall, Chelsea had the ball, pressure, 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 pressure. Defending starts from the front.
Yeah.
It doesn't start at the back, it starts at the front. And I explain this all the time, is about everyone playing their role. And sometimes, as an attacker, the best way you can help your defender is by keeping hold of the ball, providing some kind of respite, being on the front foot, being on an attack for a while. We did none of that. None of that in the game. So the defence was constantly being bombarded by waves upon waves of attack. That's focus, that's concentration. At the end of that game, we lost. You are going to be annoyed. But you're also going to be annoyed at the players in front of you to go, why aren't they doing their job? We're trying our hardest to keep a clean sheet, hardest to keep them out of the game and push forward. And every time we give you the ball, it comes straight back at us. That's frustrating. And also, when you come off and as a defender and you've lost the game, you don't really want to have any kind of conversation right now on the pitch. Sometimes you want to be like, I just want to get in the dressing room and kick a wall or shout at somebody. I don't really want it public. And everything is so public in football. The cameras at the end of the game, they all rush on. You got the manager say, go and thank the fans. No fan wanted thanking. We did not want a round of applause. We didn't want to see your face. We want to see a reaction. And what that showed me was a kind of reaction to high-paid professionals who, out of our back line, those two have played pretty well.
Yeah.
Out of our
Agreed.
team, they played pretty well.
Agreed.
So for them two to be as frustrated as they look coming off, I'm here for it. I don't know what the conversation was. I don't know what Frank said. And I don't know what Spence said. Van der Ven didn't have any words. And it may have even been as petty or as childish as this. You know when someone tells you well done and you don't think you deserve it?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, oh, well played, don't worry about it. I don't want to hear that right now.
Yeah.
Gaffer, I don't want to hear that because XYZ needs to do their job. And I just want to go in the shower and just shake it off. It may have been as simple as that. Or it could have been deeper. But I'm not upset about that because I need to see something. If I see them all laughing and joking at the end of a game when we play like that, I'm vexed.
Yeah.
I much prefer that reaction any day of the week.
You know what? It's a weird one, right? So I was on Spurs Chat podcast, Chris Cowlin, right? And Chris actually took that footage that we're seeing. That's
Chris Cam.
Bruv, Chris
Cam.
Chris Cam, big up Chris Cowlin every single time. Bro, that was his footage. And so when I was on the after show, the immediate reaction on the Spurs Chat podcast, he showed it to me, but I couldn't really see it, bro. I couldn't. It was on the phone. It was up on tripod, etc. I couldn't really tell what was happening, and I didn't know where they were. You know what I mean? I couldn't picture it, and once it was off at that time. So even then, without really seeing it, right? The what was coming out was that these two have disrespected Frank. You know, Frank's basically said to him to go back to the crowd to give him a clap, you know,
That's
and thank you.
remember?
Speculation.
There's no Frank
speculation
or Frank Mike.
No. But this was the narrative, right?
Yeah.
Or the way that it was being read.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that he's tried to gesture, go back to the fans, give him a clap. Them two are not on it whatsoever. And then there's a few gestures from Jed as he's coming off. Van der Ven is steaming, he's fuming.
Yeah.
Right? And what I said at the time was out of balance as well, because I didn't really see it. I was like, look, exactly what you just said there. In the sense that they were so frustrated and they're so angry about that performance in that game and that result that they just wanted to get off. They ain't got time. They don't want to hear nothing. They don't want to speak to nobody. Don't tell me nothing. Let me just get in that damn dressing room and have it out in there. And it felt like that dressing room after that game was like a noisy one.
Yeah.
It felt like questions and answers are going to be asked and answered. Do you know what I mean? You know when you put it to somebody?
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be a good thing.
Totally agree.
Okay? So I hear what you're saying. So to have that balance as well. But a lot of people saw it as a disrespect. And Van der Ven, having been captain a couple of times now, that it was a disrespect towards the manager, being the captain, wearing the armband. For me, I'm with you in the sense that I like a player to be upset with a loss or to come off the field, you know. apart from Richarlison.
Uh,
I mean, I think we should have a big ass discussion about Richarlison in itself. But Richarlison looks upset coming on the field. He's got that same face coming on the field, and then he's got that same face coming off the field, bro. It's the same move, the same head movement, everything, same look in his eye, everything, right? So apart from him, when somebody's upset coming off the field, I like that because they're frustrated either with themselves that they didn't have the performance that they wanted or the influence that they wanted in the game, or they're upset that they was doing something and that had been taken off. Either which way, go out there and stamp your name on the shirt. Do you know what I mean? Go make the position yours, sort of thing, right? So either which way. So I'm with you with your reaction in the sense that I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it was a disrespect in that sense. And we've heard in today's press conference for Copenhagen that, in fact, Mickey and Jed went into his office. It was, it was off their own backs. They wasn't called into the office. It was off their own backs, and they went in to explain and apologize for what it looked like. And it was basically what Frank said today was basically what you were saying there, that they were frustrated, they were angry, and, all they wanted to do was just get into that dressing room, bro. They didn't have time for any other reaction. But some were saying, Dow, that this is an indictment of the squad not actually liking the tactics that they've been asked to do, and having a negative response towards the way that they're asked to be in play from Frank. Now, do you see that in any of these games going on? And because look, that Chelsea game, the free kick where Vicario comes up. And then he ends it up, he pushes everybody up into Chelsea's box. I don't know what time it was. We had 2 minutes left. He passes it to Spence. It goes back to Vicario, and then Vicario kicks it straight up into Gomez's hands, bro. There was frustrations all over that pitch. Chelsea, they were only in second gear, mate, and they had an answer for every question that we posed. Whether it was the long throw, the free kicks, and I know what you're saying there about defending from the front, but Dow, we couldn't lay a glove on them.
No,
the
couldn't.
midfield couldn't grab hold of nothing to give the up front to defend. Every second pass, it was over. It was either overpassed or underpassed. Do you know what I mean? Strength-wise. Yeah. So every move was broken down. So is that a tactics thing, Dow? Is that a players thing? Where are we at? Right? What are you seeing in that?
Just looking at the games that have gone, the ones that we're like kind of overviewing and looking at it from like the hindsight now. Yeah. In all of those games, tactically, I haven't seen anything different game to game. Now,
I haven't.
I haven't seen anything tactically different. Frank, when he was appointed, there was a thing about Frank that was highlighted about him being an amazing coach and how he adapts. All the adapting I've seen has been change of personnel. Okay. But the change of personnel has led to the same level of performance. Now, when you talk about your squad, I then go on a couple of trains of thought. Are the squad not as good as we think they are? Are they inadequate? Because what he's clearly asking them to do, they're not doing. Because he cannot be asking them to play this bad. Because offensively, it's appalling. There isn't a gear that we go into where you can see a tactical training method, bar a long throw. And it's different personnel all the time. He's mixing and matching. He's trying to play Xavi in. He's trying to play Bertvel in. He's trying to play Sarri in. Now we've got Kulumawane now up top. We're changing around. Richie's been up there. The personnel keep changing, but the system looks like it's exactly the same. So that's a concern for me. We go even further back in time when we played PSG. We've not used that since.
No.
So I go, you've got an idea that you worked to go against PSG because you went, this is how we beat them. And for 90 minutes, well, let's go 70-odd minutes.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic tactic. Yeah. That excited us. First game against Burnley, we came with something different, and it worked. Now we're stuck to that, and it's not working up top. I'm concerned because that tells me one of two things. Either Frank isn't the adapter or the tactician that we thought he is, or this front line is just really bad. And every player who's playing up there is really bad. So we are hoping, wishing, praying for players to get fit because he's saying without saying it, because you know when transfer windows come and managers behave a certain way, it's like saying my tactics work, but these players don't. So I either need new players or I have to wait for the players to be fit again, the Kulicheskis, the Solankis, and people like that to come into this team, and then it works. That's not a good idea. Not at this stage. Not at this early point in your managerial appointment at Tottenham. Can you do that? So I pray it's not a message that he's doing to go, oh, these players aren't good enough. And he hasn't worked it out. And I think that's a little bit concerning that he hasn't worked it out. But I say that to say this. Yeah, pound fine. We started with Ange.
Yeah.
Yes, I said Ange. I'm going that far. His first 10 games were phenomenal.
Yeah.
First season.
Convinced me.
Let's again.
Convinced me.
Convinced us all. 10 games, he was amazing. We were winning the league. We were world beaters. We've had a very it's been unimpressive tactically, but we're still in the mix. We're still up there. We're still got something to fight for. We're still in and around everything at the Carabao Cup, I know, but we're still in the mix. Not playing very well. So I go, do we just give it time? Do we just relax and go, it's not working, but let's give the man a bit of grace. Let's just hang back a bit and trust that he will come good, because he did well at Burnley. Brentford. Sorry, who's Burnley? What am I doing? He did well at Brentford. He had the right components for the way he wanted to play, the Whisters, the Embuemos. He doesn't have that right now at Tottenham. Is that what he needs to make it work? Is that what he's saying? I don't have the right tools, or he doesn't know how to use these tools at Tottenham, because it's underwhelming, to say it politely up front. It looks so it's so basic. Like, you, as a defender playing against Tottenham, it's an easy day out. You're not under pressure. There's no stress. Unless you're the left back, you're the only person who's got a game. Everyone else doesn't have a game. You're fine. And that's concerning. That really is concerning. I think that I can't see out of it. Can you? I can't see out of it right now.
Look.
See how long it took you to start the sentence?
Yeah,
See the struggle?
And then I had to breathe.
See the struggle? Yeah?
I started 4 times and then I had to breathe. There have been moments, right? So look, for Frank, he's taken aside, and we're playing totally different football. We're not inverting the fullbacks. We're not super high line. We're not relying on Van der Ven's pace to run back and be that last man of defence. There's a totally different way of playing football right now. I was really impressed with, as you say, PSG. PSG, what I was really impressed with is that we used our aggression. We said we're going to use aggression to compete and fight in this game, and it was working. And we were minutes away from lifting another trophy, bro. And we were deserved winners. Even their manager, Enrique, said it. Like, the best team lost tonight. It was just we ended up crashing in those last 10 minutes. Okay, cool. And then you see Burnley, you see Man City. You're like, all right, and cool. And he switched it up both times, like you say there. Burnley, I think it was a 4-3-3, and then Man City.
For Man City.
Yeah,
I know we're man for man in terms of tactically.
Yeah. I've got a feeling it was 4-2-3-1, but I don't know. But I can't remember right now. But there was variation, and we did win, right? So you're looking at that and you're going, okay, cool. We've got more tools in our box than we normally have. Yeah. It's not just one way of playing. There's more tools in our box than we normally have. We've got to here now. And for me, Villa was a crazy one, because we lost that game 2-1 against Villa, against 2 worldy goals. Yeah. Right? Worldy goals. Yeah. And they went in the perfect corner at the perfect spot for them to score. Yeah. And they were the only 2 shots that they had. We had majority of the ball, we had the majority of the chances, and we scored 1. Do you know what I mean? But it's still the up front and our attacking line still was not clicking. So it wasn't yes, we lost it, but it wasn't as bad as a performance as it was against Chelsea. That Monaco one and that Chelsea one are two massive performances where I look at and I go, that worries me.
Yeah.
Now, when we was in the Champions League again, with Conte as our manager, we cried, we begged, we pleaded, we fought to get into that Champions League under Conte. And the moment that we got into there, every single game, bro, we did not show up whatsoever. It was like we was literally there to take the tickets. We wasn't even there to pop popcorn, bro. We was ripping other people's tickets, and the players sat down with the rest of the crowd and said, okay, cool, let them do what they want to do. We didn't turn up. It was horrendous. And that was one of my blow-ups on Last Word on Spurs when I was on AC Milan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blow up many a time, bro. But this club and this team will catch me sometimes where I can't be polite and I can't be diplomatic and I can't be balanced in the way that I'm thinking or speaking.
Yeah.
And that was one of them, bro. And it reminded me of that. Now, after what you told me about Bodo, and I saw those highlights. I didn't see the game.
Yeah.
I saw those highlights. Mm-hmm. So Bodo, basically, they should have beat us, and we were pretty much lucky to get a 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
And then you go up against Monaco, and bro, I don't know what we was pulled pillar to post. There was no unity. There was no togetherness. There was no link between the defense to the midfield to the unclicking up front, bro. It was all over the place, and we allowed them to 1-2 us, chip balls over, shoot when they wanted. Mm-hmm. Bro, without any exaggeration, they should have won that game 10-11-0. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for Vicario coming out with a worldie, fantastic performance, and such, they missed half of the other opportunities.
Yeah.
So, but it was the performance of that, bro. We're there in the Champions League, and not one of these players can turn up for this Champions League game. Not one of them want to go out there to win. We're just gonna sit back or we're just gonna let them overrun us. Yeah. I was like, nah, right? Absolutely not, right? So I'm like, I need a reaction against Everton coming up. I need to see that they're upset with that too. So is Frank. Yeah. And I need to see something. So Everton, bro, I see Everton and I'm like, all right, and cool, 3-0 win. I'm like, good response. Solid at the back, clean sheet. Vicario has another great game. Yeah. And that's on the back of what we were talking about last week, last episode.
I'm gonna hold my hands up on that.
No, it's not about holding that. It's about this is what this is. Yeah, and we'll get there.
Yeah, gonna address that.
Absolutely. We'll get there. Yeah. But I saw that response, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. And then Newcastle, Carabao Cup, so. Okay, we knew we had to rotate with one. We'll get onto it. We'll go into it because at the end of the day, still a cup game for me.
Yeah.
But if you was going to rotate, that was probably going to be the one that you rotate because we've got the dreaded Chelsea coming up. Because Chelsea, bruv, this at game 10 last year, game 10 the year before, we have played Chelsea. Both times we should have beaten them. Both times we got red carded, we got crippled, we decimated with injuries. Yeah. It totally dismantled our season. Yeah. A proper, not even a bogey club, bruv, a cursed club. They come to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They bring their curse and their juju, bruv. I don't know what they sprinkle on the ground, but we know something's happening. And first 3 minutes, so there's a new plan. So you're talking about adapting as well with Frank, right? Yeah. So there's a new plan. We've taken Xavi out. Xavi hasn't had the best of times. Mm-hmm. So Frank takes him out and puts in Bergvall. And we don't know where he was going to go. The assumption is that he was going to go left. Okay? 3 minutes. He gets a ball in his head, concussion, come off. You're like, come on, bruv, do me a favor. Then also Vicario goes down within that game. And I'm like, come on, because he's just had this resurgence. He's just done this thing. He's just kicked in, and again, Chelsea. All right, he gets back up. Okay, cool. End of the game. I've heard today, bruv, Kudus and, who was it? Kudus and somebody else. I can't remember right now. Damn it. But we've got another 2 players that have got a knock. It might be Odebear again. Okay. But we've got another 2 players that have got a knock. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So, Bergvall's out, concussion.
Yeah, won't play for safety. Yeah.
Kudus has got a knock, and I think one more has got a knock as well. Yeah. So so we're still having the hangover of Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? They still got that over us, but you come up against them in a London derby at home, and for us to not throw a jab, mate. For us to not throw a jab, we didn't even bob and weave, mate. We just let them pummel us. When they wanted, in second gear, mate. And when I see that type of response, when I see that type of performance, London derby, everybody knows what this game is against Chelsea. One of the games I honestly can't stand watching, being a part of, and I've been part of many a pod after a Chelsea where we should have won. Do you know how many times I predicted a 4-0 win, bro? Yeah. And we should have got it, but we did not.
No.
Yeah? For one reason or another, kicking ourselves in the backside or whatever. Yeah. So we know what this is, but go out there and make a statement. The fact that you couldn't throw a punch, bro. You know, I don't even think about XG, bruv. Did you hear about this XG?
Oh, brother, yeah.
0.005, blood. Bruv, what are we talking about? The lowest XG. I think this, what are we talking about XG? But we had against Chelsea. Bruv.
It's embarrassing.
Bruv.
It's embarrassing.
That you got to look at those two, right? You got to look. Yeah. I look at those two as a worrying trait, mate. Yeah. And look, there were in balance. There are some good things. Mm-hmm. That Newcastle game, Richarlison, do me a favor, Richarlison. But bro, I counted 7-8 chances, bro. 4 in the first half. Every single one of them, it was because he didn't stretch or he didn't move quick enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he had 3 on target that were just stupidly lame, you know. Yeah, and so not only did we have the chances to win that, we had some nice first time passing, we had some nice attacking play at one point, and you're like, if you score at that point, the game turns. Yeah. So there has been flashes of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's where the balance has to come in, because nowhere we hear going, this is a crisis. This abandon ship, problem, mayday. We're not doing that. But the passion is, we've got more passion than sometimes what the players are showing on the pitch. And the fact that we can highlight moments where we didn't even lay a glove on teams. And I can't sit here and go, that's all Frank. I have to go, come on, players. Tell me something. Show us something. Like the Monaco game was a great highlight of that, because we sat here and we spoke about Vicario, saying, he's been a worry, he's been a concern. Without him in Monaco, we're losing that game. And he shows that in the fight that he puts in his performance. And you go, if at times everyone else replicated that level of fight, we would not be having these kind of conversations, Rick. I promise you, because the performance would rise. If you fight like that, you can get yourself into a game. If you push yourself to show willingness and desire. We've got a motto at Tottenham: to dare is to do. Mm-hmm. No one's daring to do anything. Not taking a chance. You spoke about the Villa game, 2 worldies. We don't even give ourselves a chance to score a worldie. We don't take the shot. We don't let loose and go, look, I'm trusting myself. I believe in myself. I'm going to lace one from here. We don't do that. And that's frustrating, because in the stadium, you can feel the frustration. At home, you feel the frustration. Podding, you feel the frustration. And I go, they came off. I'm just going to highlight the 2. Spence, Van der Ven. They came off against Chelsea angry. I don't want to see you smiling at Copenhagen. I don't want to see you smiling in that game. I want to see that anger still in you and that fire in you, and give us something. Don't come off, sulk, moan, and then replicate a performance that is below par. And that's for everybody. The big alarm bell right now is Simmons.
Okay.
Because I feel that in that attacking dimension, in the attacking third, he was brought for a purpose. He was very much brought for a purpose. Adapting, I totally understand. He needs time to adapt. But it's frightening when you see someone who seems like their head's going down. Confidence is everything in football. And he doesn't look like he's playing with any right now. The fact he got subbed on and subbed off says a lot about the way your manager feels about you. And I'm concerned that he's getting deeper and deeper and deeper in it. And I think you've got to look at how we're lining up right now. Like, it's mad to think where the goals coming in Tottenham. I'm going to say names that are no longer with us. Just go with me.
They're still alive, but they're just interested.
Not like, you know what I mean? Like, check it. Kane goes, yeah? Everyone worries about where the goals come.
Yep.
Then we lose Son this season.
Yeah.
Maddison's not playing, so their provider's not there.
Yep.
Kulusevski gets a lot of goals.
Right.
He's not playing. Brendan Johnson's on the bench.
Right. Top goal scorer.
Yeah, top goal scorer last season. So a lot of the goal scorers are not on the pitch. So you're looking for new people. You're looking at Sarr.
Well, it's a new up front, bro.
You look up front, and Richarlison, I can't. I don't even want to comment anymore. On
No,
Richarlison.
let's do it.
I don't want.
No.
I don't want to. It's all
No,
yours.
no,
it's all
no,
yours.
we're gonna do this.
I don't want to.
Bro, we're gonna do it.
I want Solanke.
No,
I don't want to comment on it.
no, listen, we're doing it. I don't care.
I'd rather play
bruv,
Dame Scarlett.
Me too.
Give him minutes.
Nah, listen, no, but the thing is that on this pod we spoke about Richarlison, and I spoke about how impressed I was at the start for 5 minutes. But for those 3 games though, and I was like, you know, he was running in rhythm. I thought, okay, maybe this is the first time we're seeing a fit Richarlison. I don't even know what to say, bruv. I start speaking different languages, bro. Because this guy he's fallen and gone back to that flat-footed, and he spends more time on the floor sulking again with that same hit. I don't understand why he's upset to come off the bench. I don't understand why he's upset to get on the bench. I don't understand the frustration. I really don't. I don't understand how he doesn't have frustration with himself, my friend, because he's got the opportunity. Yes, there's competition. But you've got an opportunity here while Solanke is out, while Kolo Muani is finding his feet and that dead leg is waking up. Do you know what I mean? Please, somebody resurrect the dead leg. Please, somebody, right? But while that is happening, yes, you've got competition for places, but it's your shirt to lose, bro. In whatever sense. And it's like you can't try. I just want you to tell me, what is Richarlison good at, bruv? I just want you to tell me what's he good at, bruv. Because is he good at scoring goals?
Right now? No.
In general.
No.
In general. And I'm not talking about Brazil.
He's good at being the wind-up merchant. He's good at being that player that frustrates a defender as much as he frustrates himself. And right now, if we had that Richarlison who came on and got into a battle with somebody, like chose the centre half and it's like, me and you were just going to fight and tussle, I'd take that because he's trying to fight his way into form, but maybe that would encourage everyone else to join him in the fight. But he doesn't even do that right now.
Well, you said that in the last episode, that Richarlison, sometimes he needs to get himself involved with another player, get himself a card. To
find a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not even trying that.
But even that though, bruv,
I'm done. I don't want to talk about it.
Come on, bro. No, we're gonna play. Wait. I want to play a game. I want to play a game, bro. I want to play a game, bro.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Nah, bro. I want to play. Who's better? I want to know who's better. Bro.
Who?
Richarlison, Chrissy Armstrong. Who's better?
Oh Lord.
Who's better? Darren. Who's better? Who's better, Richarlison or Chris Armstrong? Richarlison or Chris Armstrong, bruv?
Chris Armstrong.
Right, okay. Chris Armstrong. Okay.
I can't disrespect Chris.
Richarlison or Iverson, bruv? Stefan Iverson.
Oh!
Richarlison or Stefan Iverson, Dow?
Controversial. I'm going to say Richarlison. Dow. With a little bit better.
Oh, then who? Stefan Iverson?
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't care. I said it.
Richarlison is better than Stefan Iverson.
I'm going to let you in a little secret. When I was at school, that was my password. Yeah? That was no one ever had my password. That was my password. You're going to pull up your stats.
I need to. I need to, bro.
You're setting me up.
I don't even know them, but I need to know.
Listen, Iverson was a lovely player for Spurs, but his goal record wasn't what we needed it to be. Remember, that was the era for Spurs where we all remember this era where the goals were not coming as regularly as we'd like.
Right.
And
different side.
I know what he's going to see. Iverson scored more goals than Richarlison. He definitely did. I can tell you that now.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because Richarlison hasn't played as many games and been injured way more and all of that jazz. But just as a player, I would just say Richarlison was better. But
all right, fine.
But listen,
okay. Stefan Iverson.
But I'm not.
All right. Richarlison or Soldado? Darren, Richarlison or Soldado?
Look at the players we have to talk about. Spurs.
You know what?
Strike force is disastrous.
I'll chuck in Janssen as well. I'll chuck in Janssen and Soldado.
And the killer of it is,
versus Richarlison, who's better? Who's better, Darren? Who would you have in the side?
I'd still take Richarlison over
Over them two?
Yeah.
Are you for real?
I am for real.
Those two guys worked hard, bruv. Soldado, I felt for that guy, bruv. That guy would sweat buckets for us, bruv. He'd run everywhere apart from where the ball was, bruv. Every single time, bruv.
Tottenham at the wrong time.
And you just told me what Richarlison's good at is winding the man up, bruv. Like, bruv.
Soldado never scored a goal.
Bruv. But still.
He never scored.
Still, I swear he scored one.
Yeah, I think coming for his knee.
If it wasn't for Soldado, there'd be no Harry Kane, all right?
And that's what we are grateful for.
So Soldado's better.
Soldado over Richarlison. I change. Control, Alt, Delete, Rewind. I never said it.
All right.
Soldado.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take
All right.
you.
Okay.
Thank you for being rubbish.
Okay.
Thank you for Harry Kane.
Okay. Last one, and then we'll move on.
All right, go on.
Richarlison or Andy Booth, bruv?
Oh, Jesus. I was what you were going to say about Doherty then. I thought that's where he's going.
Fraser Campbell.
Lord have mercy. Spurs fan.
Wait. And Asimovic.
Do you see how bad our strikers are?
Bunjacevic. He played in defence.
Bro, do you see how bad our strikers are?
Bruv.
That's now on a real. That is one thing to look at as a Spurs fan. Our strikers are really bad.
Bruv.
Yes, we've had Defoe, we've had Darren Bent, we've had strikers, we've had Form, Teddy Sheringham, we've had Robbie Keane.
Yeah, look, Les Ferdinand was there, yeah.
Canute, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Freddie,
Kanu,
yeah.
we've had players that
Adebayo.
haven't hit the heights they should have. Like, we spent money.
We have spent money.
Rebrov.
But Rebrov, Sergi, 11 mil.
Money, and I think that's another frustrating thing because bringing it back to present day is you've got someone like Javi Simmons who's been bought for good money.
Yeah.
To do the job that we need him to do. And I don't know, and this is a wild take. Is he a player that can't play in the Premier League now?
All right, let's jump into Xavi. Like, it's a great way to move on from Richarlison.
Well, I didn't. But I totally didn't want to talk about Richarlison.
Listen, that
got me somewhere I didn't want to be.
That segue was perfect.
Horrible.
But Xavi, now listen, you know, I'm a big fan of Xavi, right? He's a Dutchie. He's one of those dynamo players. I've bigged him up. I think a lot of us have seen the growth. I say the growth, the journey of Xavi. Ever since he was a youngster. Playing with ball, he's been on TV, he's been on YouTube, he's been about, right? Yeah. So you've seen him grow. We've seen him in different leagues. We know he's a quality player. It comes back down to the Brian Hill scenario. Are they too small and too physically light to deal with the physicality and the strength of the Premier League? Right now with him, he hasn't had the greatest of starts. I believe that he has always had to, along his journey, have to go up against the bigger and stronger boys because of the size that he is. He's always had to do that. Throughout all of the academies that he's been at, he's always had to be up against somebody bigger and stronger. The thing is with the Premier League is that there is so many bigger... It's not just the defenders you're going up against. The midfielders, everybody's a lump here and there, and it's every single week. This guy hasn't been able to find any form. He hasn't been able to show us why we've bought him. He hasn't been able to show us a good game. We've seen glimpses and we've seen moments of little chip balls and good vision of trying a pass or trying a trick. But then we've also seen the confidence shrink away from him in the same games. So I think I want to say it might have been the Villa one. It might have been the Villa game. But he had a shot and it went over the bar. It was either Villa or Monaco, right? So he had a shot.
Was it Monaco?
Was it Villa?
Yeah.
He had a shot and it went over the bar. And he was in the same position maybe 3 to 5 minutes later where he's already shifted the ball and he's got that space. Yeah, he's got the space in between defenders. Now it's the time to lash it. Now put your laces through it. Go for it, brother. Same top corner. You've had a sighter. Go for it. He didn't. He passed it along the box, bro. And he tried to find somebody else. And maybe it was Kudus he tried to find. But basically it broke down, But in that, I saw somebody who tried something and then didn't execute, felt shame or felt like... that confidence ain't there with him, and in second moment he's passed it off. So he needs time to bed in. When you look at someone like Florian Wirtz at Liverpool, who is the same shape, same size, has been in the same league as Xavi, RB Leipzig and Leverkusen, they've both been in Bundesliga. Xavi is technically he's more experienced because he's been around the world. He's been in Amsterdam. Do you know what I mean? He's been in Holland and he's been in Spain. So he's tried out other leagues. So technically he is more experienced than Florian Wirtz. But Florian Wirtz is finding the exact same problem as Xavi's finding right now. Not only is he a player that can play 10, this is for the both of them, that can play 10 and left wing, you know, they haven't settled in a position right now, but also they're getting manhandled. And they've got to find their way, bruv. They've got to bulk up and they've got to find their way. They've got to find their strength. And in the same way that players like Modric done it, the same way as Sonny done it. Sonny was lightweight when he turned up. Same way Bernardo Silva. You know, there are smaller players out there. Foden is another one that is found inner body strength and uses his strength as well as playing.
Okay, I'm going to interject.
Go.
I've got to ask you the question.
Please, come.
Playing angel's advocate, not devil's advocate.
No, do it.
Have Spurs and Liverpool messed up? What you said there, with their due diligence on signing players, you look at Simmons. I'm playing angel's advocate here. He's travelled a lot. He's struggled in places, and he succeeded in leagues that are weaker than the Premier League. Yeah, would you say fair play?
Yeah,
like Bundesliga isn't as strong as the Premier League. He's been bought, and we knew everything about his physical structure, like Bert's physical structure. Has the Premier League evolved to the state we're in now, where having a player like that in the 10, who's lightweight, is more of a luxury player, because defensively he offers you nothing? Has the Premier League evolved that Liverpool and Spurs buying those players is going to be at the detriment to them?
Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying. But I think that's you say evolved. It's almost devolved, bro. Because
In the style.
because there ain't if it's not just Tottenham, my friend. There's a lot of teams out there that are not really playing that attractive football.
Totally.
And that are men behind the ball, and and you know
the space ain't there.
The team at the top of the table ain't playing football right now, bruv. They're playing set piece football, and they're winning 1-0 and 2-0.
Just using them as a point.
Them lot, yeah.
Their creative player, their most creative player, doesn't play as a 10, plays as an 8. And will bring a defensive element to his game as well. I'm not going to say his name. Will bring a defensive element to the game as well as an offensive element to the game. And then you look at their right winger, inverted, left-footed, you know what I'm talking about, I ain't saying his name either. His physical presence has had to grow to allow him to play in the game.
Another one, yeah.
And I'm so scared that we've done a bad investment in a player with promise and with an ability that may be completely dampened because we can't afford to give him the time, and the league doesn't allow him the space to grow. Because don't get it twisted, if I'm playing against Tottenham, within 7 to 10 minutes and Simmons on the pitch, I am clattering him to let him know I'm here.
Yeah.
And if he can't rise above that and play, I don't know what we do. And I know people have had issues with the double pivot of Bentancur and Palhinha going, there's too defensive. But if you're going to play a Simmons in front of them, you're going to need both of them.
Yeah,
because
to hold.
Yeah, because you can't put Assar there and expect running, because the one holding is going to be absolutely overworked because there's no one tackling early. There's no one on a high press. There's no one doing it. So I'm concerned.
I think that with him, and you've got to remember, it's like even Gareth Bale, bro. Gareth Bale, when he turned up, now he was a lot younger when he turned up, but somebody who had to deal with that physicality coming from the Championship, and the Championship is a tough league, you know, and there's a lot of games coming from there to Tottenham, and he had that losing streak for a long time. You know, every single time that he played, we lost. It took a moment of taking him out of the game, and then Harry was like, as soon as he was 2-3-0 up, he put him on the field, and then he finished the game, and we broke that hoodoo, and then suddenly, little bit by little bit, Bale could start to find who Bale was. I think with Xavi, is that right now, we haven't got the luxury of going, of play in our strongest team. So, for instance, let's say Madison might be in your strongest team, or Kulusevski might be in your strongest team, right? Solanke is going to be in your strongest team. We haven't been able to play our strongest team and then bring him onto the field and him add to the pot.
So
We're relying on him.
So with them lot fit, the three names you just said, would you start Simmons?
I think at this point, I think we've got to bring him in and we've got to build him up. So I think he needs time with steak and chips and the gym. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those. He needs to build those calf muscles. He needs to get some Grealish calf muscle. You know what I mean? Like some titanium ankles.
I hear it.
And that core body strength, bro. He needs to the same way we look at someone like Foden. Yeah. Foden, roughly the same height. I mean, I'm guessing, but you know, they look very similar in height and build. But he uses his strength so much better right now, and that's because he's always been brought up in this English Premier League way of playing.
Yeah.
He you know, in Man City training, he's got to go up against all of them man there to get a game. Right? Xavi's come in, and we've had to rely on him straight away. Straight away. So we've got a change of system, we've got a change of personnel, we've got a change of manager, we've got a manager that quote unquote adapts. You know what I mean? So 1 week is this way, next week is the other way. Depending on what. So I think, looking back at all of these, there's been confusion, bro. And I think that with the amount of games that are piling up, with not enough training days in between, so it's like game, rest day, training day, game, rest day, training day. You know, so he ain't having that moment to swap and change, or maybe he's got to simplify it up a little bit.
Welcome to the big league, though.
But this is what he wanted. I'm with you.
We called this, though.
I'm with you.
Go back to the pilot, yeah?
Yeah.
And we spoke about, can he do this?
Yeah.
He'd never had to do this in his career as a manager. Play games so frequently, not have as much training time, and can you get your message across? And it is a big concern.
But someone like Xavi came in, bro, on deadline day, didn't he?
Yeah.
So no preseason with the new manager, with the new system, with the new da 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 da. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just out of balance.
Yeah.
And I think that right now relying on him is tough. I think that we need to I think that's why he pulled him out against Chelsea. I think that's why Chelsea are a physical side. They are strong. Every single one of them are strong. They're tall. They're big. You know what I mean? Like they eat the protein powder for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bruv. Like they're not messing about. And for somebody like Xavi, I think Frank knew that the physicality would be a problem. But after 3 minutes, we take off Bergvall and we can't play out this experiment, this adaptation, the way that it's been worked on that 1 day a week, maybe. They've got the 1 day, maybe they've got 2 training sessions, I don't know. But we haven't been able to see that play out. He brings on Xavi as in the most quote-unquote experienced, not Premier League experienced, but experienced, high-profile player.
Yeah.
You bring him on into there, you go, all right, and cool, come on. So he comes on at 3 minutes, and then you know what? I've got to give it to Frank for taking him off, because he needed to take him off in that second half, Dal. And yes, we're going to have this conversation about a player being subbed on and subbed off, but he needed to be taken off, because as soon as he came on, unfortunately, and I'm going to back him, and I am a massive fan of Xavi, but I'm not going to hate him. I'm going to critique him.
Yeah.
Everything that he touched was the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Every single pass was wrong. The forward passes was wrong. Every time that we was on the break, his first touch was close to him. The second touch knocked it away enough to give any Chelsea player a time to step in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally.
I also believe that the goal that we conceded was Xavi's fault. Xavi should have never passed it back to Van der Ven. He should have turned. There was acres of space behind him. He should have turned and gone, driven that ball forward. But no, he played a pass back to Van der Ven. Not only a pass back, but a poor, weak pass back to him, which again allowed Chelsea to then, Caicedo to then bundle through.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that everything that he touched on against Chelsea, bro, wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
And so Frank had to take him off. So that's a brave decision for a manager to do that.
Yeah.
but admitted his mistake and went, all right, and cool. So I think we need time to bake him in the oven, bruv. Like, we need to stick him on 200. And do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to take a minute, I think, but I know we ain't got that.
I was about to say, Angels Advocate, the Premier League, you've seen how many managers have been fired already, how many teams are struggling, how many knee-jerk reactions are taking place in the boardrooms. And I think this is a new era for Tottenham. This is a whole new era, whole new board structure, new gaffer, new ideas, new drive. I don't know how much time you get now. I don't know. I'm not calling for anyone to be sacked.
And you know what? To be fair, the majority of the consensus is not for him to get sacked right now. But they're calling it out.
So I look at Frank and go, you've got time. I look at the players on the field and go, you've got time, but how much time? I don't know. Like, pulling Xavi out of the firing line, I hear what you're saying. But that means you've got to put somebody else into the firing line. And you look at someone like a Brendan Johnson, for example, who I don't know what's happening to his confidence, because he was our golden boy last season. As much as he does next to nothing for majority of games for a lot of fans, I've critiqued him myself. But when you need a goal, Brendan will get one.
But Dow, there's a big difference with Brennan, all right? So he played in the Newcastle game, the Carabao Cup game, right? But he also played in the Everton game where I wanted to see some rotation, and they played Kudus in the 10 and they played Johnson on the right. Mm-hmm. And he helped with Grealish on the right-hand side against Everton.
Yeah, double up.
But again, not much going forward.
Yeah.
And then he's had another start at Newcastle, and that was horrendous, bro. Yeah. It was horrendous. Mm-hmm. We're talking about a simple cross, and he slices it like a golf shot, bro. Yeah. There were things going on. But also with Brennan, you've got to remember that Ange ball was played to someone like Brennan's game. That's why Ange wanted him. Back post man, timing of the run. Mm-hmm. He was always in the right place at the right time. But we played that football for Johnson ball. Yeah. We don't play that football right now.
Not at all.
We're not. It's a different style of football. Yep. So Johnson ain't gone. I think Johnson, the fact that we're not playing Ange ball, hurts him. Yeah, it hurts him, and it hurts those performances because you can see he's making certain runs, but he's not going to get the ball in the same position or at the same time. Mm-hmm. That's almost gone. There's a different cross. We're looking back post cross. You know what I mean? Like we're looking at different ways of scoring goals.
I hope so.
We don't see it.
Or anything right now.
We're not seeing it.
Trying to find Brennan. You know what I mean?
I'm with you, but that's a different. This is a different thing, and then this is the difference between Frank and with Ange. Yeah. Is that at least with Ange, you knew that you was always going for it. Now the going for it was to our detriment because we would end up conceding.
We'll go gun ho too far. Yeah,
but we knew we was going. I knew. When we was 5-1 down against Liverpool, that we still kept going, bro. We brought it back to 5-3, and it could have been on. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, but it could have been. Yeah. And that never say die, and that always going for it. That's what I liked. But now we have a manager, somebody that the majority of the fan base called for. Yeah. A manager that was adaptable, that was solid at the back, that had a unit and a structure, that could adapt to opposition, that could play pragmatically. How many times did we hear that over the last 2 seasons?
So much.
How many times? So we've got this guy in that is doing these things, and that has had to switch the way that we've played to his style, and we're still finding the feet. Yeah. What is worrying to me, though, Dow, is that normally game 10 is my barometer for any manager, right? You mentioned that earlier there. Yeah. Game 10 is my barometer. And so for Ange, game 10, I'm like, my goodness, we're winning the lot. If we get in who we can get in and this continues, wowza, right? But we know what happened after game 10. We played Chelsea and everything went sideways. Okay? So it's happened year in, year out so far. Year in, year out. Yeah. But you get, we've gone with Frank now, and after 10 games, I still don't know what a Thomas Frank Tottenham team is right now. Is it that PSG team? Is it that Man City team? I don't know. Is it that Monaco team? Is it that Bodo Glimt team? Is it that Chelsea team? I don't know. There's times where we're together and we're fighting, and I can see the players fighting for the manager, and then there's times where I've seen us and we can't string two passes together and it looks like we're strangers, bro. Yeah. So right now, for the first time in a long time, I'm confused after 10 games. I mean, how you feeling after 10 games?
Yeah, there's no consistency. There's no style of play. There's no identity. That's the thing that I needed to see right now is let me see the idea of the future. Let me see what you're trying to create. And I can't see it. And yes, I think you highlighted it really well when you said about the changes of we can see what we're not doing. We're not inverting. We're no high line. We're defending a different way. The long throws become part of our attacking play.
And we're better at free kicks and corners,
Yeah,
which we've been
yeah,
asking for years,
absolutely. Well,
seasons.
that's working. But I look at us and I'm just like, I'm so underwhelmed. I'm so underwhelmed by the level of performance. I'm underwhelmed by the tactics, and I'm concerned for us because the league's not great right now. Like we're gone.
There was two moments, right? There were two moments in the Newcastle Carabao Cup game. Now, again, right? We're in a cup game. This cup is, what is it, done by January, beginning of February, something like that?
February final, yeah.
Yes, it's an extra game, but you know, it's one where you look at it's only a couple of games to get to a final and potentially win this, right? So yes, there had to be rotation. But bro, I saw those guys like fight and continue to fight. I saw us play some one-touch ball, and which Davy was involved with, and we was unlucky not to score. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Kuda shot it, but I can't remember. But we was unlucky not to score. There was a point where, in the same game, Xavi put a ball over the top. No, it was in this game. It was in Chelsea. He put a ball over the top to float to Kudus, and it would have got there if it wasn't for the 7-foot long leg of what's his name, Chalobah, I think it was. I think it was Chalobah, and he's size 14 toe, and he's size 8 toenail, bruv. That just caught that ball and stopped that. So I've seen flashes, right? I've seen moments. That Newcastle game, bruv, like I say, there were chance after chance that if it wasn't for Richarlison, like, and this is what you want your striker to do. All right, he's not a bona fide number 9 in the sense that he's gonna score you 20 goals a season. He hasn't scored 13 in the damn season, bruv. Ever. Yeah. League goals, I'm talking like ever, right? So he's not that guy. But he missed those 4 chances in the first half, bro, just out of timing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what it reminded me of, bruv? Because this is what's happening with Richarlison. This is why I'm upset with him, because he's building up a catalogue. And I'm not here to hate him, but he's building up a catalogue of these moments where I'm like, is this guy okay? Because I don't know if you remember, we played Luton, right? We played Luton, and it was at their ground, and Kulusevski set Richarlison up, put it on a plate for him 4 times, bruv. At one point, it skimmed his forehead, bro. At one point, he was trying to get, because he missed and because of his timing, he was trying to blame the player for pulling his shirt. I was like, nah, get out. And people were criticizing Richarlison on assists and goals. And I was like, he had 4 assists there. He could have had 4 assists there in the bag if it wasn't for the number 9 who was Richarlison, bro, because of these things. Yeah. And he's building up a catalogue of I don't believe that when he's one-on-one that he's going to score. I don't believe half the time in my gut, Dow, that when there's an opportunity to score, that he's going to score it. I feel more in my gut that he's going to miss. That's my natural reaction. We know with Sonny, Sonny, throw on goal. Now, if he misses, we're all like, oh, come on. And that's where he got his criticism, because we were so used to him pinging it and finishing it. You know what I mean? Harry Kane, yes, we were spoiled. Yes, I know. But we had Harry Kane through on goal, bruv. 9.5 times out of 10, we know what's happening.
The killer of it is, though, like, you know when you say, like, through on goal, I can't remember the last time we put someone through on goal.
That's a great point.
Like, the style of play, like, we've not broken down the team, and there's been that through the eye of a needle pass and away they go. And I feel that's why I'm so concerned, because the patterns of play, the style, the moments, you watch a game, and if you're unlucky to miss a game, you watch the highlights, but sometimes you probably get it's probably better you watch the highlights at times with Spurs, because there's no passion, there's no drive, there's no desire, and that's my big concern.
Massive.
That's my big concern. I don't mind the results right now because they've been inconsistent, but we're still in the mix for everything, bar the Carabao Cup. I didn't want the heavy rotation that we got in that one. I know Kinski got played, and I said that I was concerned about Vicario and I wanted to see Kinski potentially get games, but how do you do it with goalkeepers? Because you've got to give them a bit of a run.
Yeah.
So putting him in for one and taking him out again doesn't help him or us. So it was a bit of like,
But he needed to play. He needed a game.
and I get it. Like, I'm not here going, it was a bad call, it cost us anything. I understood that as a gaffer, you're trying to give him his moment, and you're trying to give Vicario a second to breathe, and you're trying to work it all out. And I get it, and it's tough. But just for me, it's just a level of inconsistency in terms of the passion that Tottenham are producing. At home, we don't look like we know each other. We don't look like we're playing together. We don't look like it's not like we don't know the message or the game plan. It just feels like we just go so negative. And that negativity is now in the stadium. It's now in the stands. It's in our fan DNA now. We arrive at the stadium and we're negative. And the only way that this is changed is by the players now. There's nothing we can sing as loud as we friggin' want. We can make up new chants. We can get the drum. We can do whatever. But the players have got to give us something to react to. They've got to. It can't be us giving them it. It can't work like that. And I feel that that's the crossroad we're at right now, because we've not had a performance at home at all since game one.
Yeah.
And now you look at us away. The reason why I feel it works away is because teams play differently against us away.
Yeah.
They're trying to do what we need to do at home and play for their fans and go on the front foot and go more aggressive. And when they do that, they leave more space. And we're a team who we can capitalise when there's space. But we ain't breaking down nothing. We're breaking down a brick with a toothbrush. And it's never going to happen. And that's really concerning, because when we get into the business end of the season, we're not there yet. When the business end kicks in, if we ain't done the fundamentals now, building the groundwork, we're going to fall apart.
Well, okay, let's talk about the groundwork. If we look at it, the foundations, which he's come in to sort out, 22 league defeats, all of that jazz last year, he sorted out the foundations. A lot of that has got to do with Mickey and Romero being back. Yes, and he's just come back in the Chelsea game, out for a couple of games.
Also, hats off to him, has played brilliantly.
Danzo's been phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
But part of me was surprised that he didn't go for a back three against Chelsea, because the back three that hurt him the week before. Do you know what I mean? But you're right. Danzo has been fantastic in Romero's absence. But both of those have been mostly fit for the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Jed Spencer's been settled in that left back spot. We know what Porro's doing. We had Vicario, who had the up and down time, but then he's like cemented. I think, shown us all why he is the number one. And I think that having that game, Villa wasn't great, but having that game against Monaco, then Everton, then Chelsea, he has turned up, showed up, and we've seen that response in him.
Yeah.
So Frank's sorted out the base, bro. He sorted out the foundations.
Yeah.
Put in a specialist in Paulinia there now. Mm-hmm. So now it's the rest of the bit. It's the top end of the house. It's like getting the windows and the doors in, bruv.
I hear it, because we've flagged it. Another thing to flag, though, is Pedro Porro, offensively, has been absolutely off the boil.
Yeah, he's been up and down so much.
The crosses are just misdirected. And that's why it's frustrating.
But again, this is testament to the summer where we all know that we needed another left back or right back, depending on where you want to play Spence, to have that rotation. But again, we've got Spence playing both sides, which, okay, cool, he's going to get the game time. But we can't rest Porro.
Yeah, I hear it. I'm not even asking him to be dropped or rested. For me, it's just about the margins of where we need to go offensively.
Yeah.
Like, Pedro Porro is a player who is an outlet for us offensively. He's great cross on the ball. He overlaps. he will take a shot. None of that's been happening for me this season. He's been very much a cold version of himself offensively. But when you look at Spence doesn't really provide much offensively. He makes the run. He gets involved. But I couldn't tell you. Tell me if I'm wrong. A cross that Spence whipped in has been a great cross. Like I can't pick those moments out. Udoji's got that in his armory, but obviously he's been unfair. He hasn't been playing as much, and then Spence has been preferred for his defensive quality. And I feel that it's just we're missing so many elements offensively, and I don't want to use injury and stuff like that because Brennan's not been injured, and there's other goals that could be found. And I feel that offensively, nothing that has been tried has worked. So we either reinvent the wheel and try something different, or we've got to put faith in these players to play themselves into form. Because, like you said, there were some nice patterns of play against Newcastle in moments, and you go, okay, you can do it then. Show us more. Give it to us. Because we can't just be sitting on our hands waiting for Conor Moane to find form, waiting for waiting for Solanke to come back in, waiting for Kulusevski to get fit. We can't wait. Games will mount up and we will drop further and further down the table. We need to start showing it now. And I think it's frustrating. I'm just frustrated. I've just got to be real. It's frustrating.
We don't have the scruff of the neck player, bro. The guy that takes the game by the scruff of the neck and he goes, look, let's go, let's do it. This is what we're doing. Do you know what I mean?
Don't, because, like I say,
Romero's there.
But you can write. Romero can do that. Palina can do that. Bentancur can do that. Charlison can do that. Because as a reason why I'm saying grab the game by the scruff of the neck, you do that in many ways. Sometimes you do that by just putting in a hard tackle, pressing hard at the top, running that extra couple of steps just to show, let's go, let's do it together. They're not doing it.
But I feel that they're playing within fear, bruv. I feel that there's a lot of scaredness. There's a lot of like, I don't know, bruv. I don't know. But they're not playing like they're brave. They're not playing like they're confident. They're not playing like you guys need to worry about us.
Yeah.
You know, they're not playing like that, bro.
Totally.
Like you said there, you said it like 3 times already. Easy game to play against. Yeah. That up front, you know, the defenders look at the up front and go, yeah, we're all right today.
Yeah.
We're cool. You know? So
how many games have we not had a shot, at 1 shot, 2 shots? That's just not the numbers we should be producing.
But there, like you said there about the passion and the fire, bro, this is what I'm talking about, the scruff of the neck player. It's almost like, it's almost like, you know, like Sonny. Some people criticized him as a captain, but everybody respected him, and he was always one that stood up and said, "Okay, cool, I'll have it." This is throughout his career.
Yeah, go on, right?
So you got an example there of somebody. Right now, I think with the majority of those players out, and you know, Kula being one, Madison being another, like there's a couple there that there ain't ones to look to, and I feel that everyone's kind of playing within their shell, playing within their shadow, bro.
It's not even grab the game by the scruff of the neck. It's the person who's going to take a risk.
That's what it is. It's that.
Risk.
It's that.
I don't mind.
The
sideways part. Take the risk. Like you highlighted with Simmons, which came out. He took the shot, and then the next time he had the opportunity, he went for the pass. Take the risk. Pedro Porro used to do it. Isn't taking the risk.
Yeah, agreed.
You got Kudus now. Even he's gone into his show a little bit. Take the risk. We don't expect everything to work. But if you roll the dice, you may get the 6.
Agreed.
Roll the dice, Tottenham. Roll the dice. We know it's in you. We know Simmons has got it in him. We believe in you. And that's the thing. That's why I said it's not about the fans. It's about the players. We are here. We buy our tickets. We support the club. We're invested. But you've got to invest in yourself. You've got to come out on that pitch and go, I believe if you give it to me, I can do something. As we said about Son, a great point. Son will drift out of games and be a player that wasn't there. But every now and then he'll chance his arm.
Oh, my goodness.
He'll throw a shot. He'll do something.
He'll do a Burnley, bro.
And just give it a go.
Right.
And that's what we're missing up there. I'm going to throw it out there and say, Conor Moane, give me something.
Yeah, we need it.
Give me something. Throw your hat into the ring to go, I can be that player. Give it to me and I'm going to take a shot in anger. Give it to me, I'm going to try and chip the keeper. I'm going to give it a go. let that be the inspiration for others. And I feel that's the leadership we're needing right now. It's not about a man roughing up a guy and shouting and screaming, the Romero type leadership that we sometimes look for. It's the person who goes, I'm going to just try something out of the box.
Absolutely.
We ain't trained for this,
Absolutely.
but I'm going to try it.
Absolutely.
And if it comes off, we will get inspired by it. It may be a Pap Sarr taking a shot from the halfway line or near the halfway line he did in pre-season.
Yeah.
Trying that and just going, let's go. Let's go. And I feel that's what we need right now. I'm going to use our motto, to dare is to do. Have a go. Just have a go. What's the worst that can happen?
But that again, where I think a lot of the fan base is up in kind of frustration and
frustration
and in fire as well. You know, the soul is burning.
The passion.
Well, Dow, after that first half against Chelsea, you go into that dressing room. Something's got to be said, right? Something's got to be said. Something's got to be said. Something has to be said.
Yeah.
Whether it's player to player or manager to player or coach, something has to be said, right?
Yeah.
And then you come out and they started like we were 4-0 up. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't no like let's go make it right. Do you know what I mean? Let's go show them. Or we haven't had nothing. We couldn't throw a jab. Forget a punch. We couldn't throw the jab.
And also we're creating our own problems.
But you can't come out in the second half. This is what you're saying about the crowd as well. To come onto what you're saying. Yeah. You come out ready to fire. The crowd will be with you.
100%.
They'll roar you on. Yeah. And there were moments within that game as well where they tried to pick them up. There was times.
You know what? We talk about every now and then our fan base. Our fan base is tremendous. Like,
bruv.
You could hear our fan base at that game. My friends who were there, and they said the atmosphere from the fans was we came for a derby. We as fans came for the derby. We gave them everything we could. And again, it's not being replicated in the performances on the pitch, and that's sad. And it ain't cheap to go football. You know what I mean? Like let's remember, it's not a cheap day out, and it's a passion that we all share and love. And I know we're going to be going to games soon. Like we can't wait to get back in the stadium. I know you've been once already this season. Yeah. We're looking to go as regular as we can and be in the stadium because we love it. We love it, but of course it's expensive and it's time consuming, and you've got to work it all out. And I love our diehard passionate fans. I want to shout out Ian, a guy I ran into on the train who loves what we're doing. And
big up Ian.
Just saying that he's a ticket holder. He goes all the time, and he goes right now. He goes, he hates the fact, and this really landed for me. He goes. He hates the fact that when he puts on his coat to go to Tottenham, he goes, That's sad. That's sad. And
the breath.
I'm not saying that we're struggling, but it's that feeling that we're all starting to get that, come on, Spurs. Come on, Spurs. So you know what I'm going to say? Come on, you Spurs. We're asking as fans, give us something. Give us something to cheer you on with, to give you the support that we want to, because it's there. We love this club. We're so passionate about this club, and we can see all the potential that it has, but potential is nothing unless it's realised.
Agreed.
And now is the time to try and realise it. We've done all these changes at boardroom level, on the pitch, manager-wise. So let's really embrace it.
Yeah.
Personal, let's really embrace it, and let's give it a chance. But we've got to start seeing sparkles, just little sparkles. I don't want the fire. I need the sparks. I need to see that you're going for it. If the flame doesn't alight, that's fine. But I need to see that you're trying to make it happen. That's what I want.
Because some outsiders that don't watch our games would probably look at our results, bro, and go, "Are we
complaining about?
Are we making a big deal out of nothing?"
Yeah.
You know, what we third in the league, fourth joint points, yada yada yada. Yeah, go on. While I'm chatting, you have a check there. But I think we're third or fourth in the league, same points. I think we're two points off second or something like that.
Well, this is how the league's crazy. Now we're 10th. Right now.
What happened? Who played?
Because Man City played, Sunderland played today.
Oh, today.
So,
Sunderland played today.
Yeah,
okay.
So with those move around. But the thing is, we're 17 points. Second is Man City on 19.
Right.
Chelsea, 7th, 8th is Man United, also on 17. Yeah? So the league is so congested, it's so close.
So, but we're on the same points as Chelsea, right?
Yep.
So Chelsea and Man United, right? So if we look at both of those clubs for a second, Chelsea, everybody's been lauding them. The fact that they're wearing the pre-season badge on their Premier League tops every single week is hilarious. But okay, whatever the case may be, big up yourselves. And they want. I listen. I said I wanted the Audi Cup badge, but everybody laughed me down, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But anyway. Everybody's been praising them, right? Everybody's been praising them about the start that they've had, the players that they've got, Estavio, Palmer, the amount of money that they spend, Garnacho, Gittins, João Pedro, right? They spend money galore, and we know what they do every single year, and they will never get charged. Them and City will never get charged. Quick sidebar. But all right, so we know how good they've had it, and we're on the same points as them. Man United, a total opposite. They've been horrendous, right? They've been the worst thing since sliced bread. They're going down, and suddenly they're on the same points. We're all on the same points right now. But which shows you we're right in the middle.
Exactly.
Of both of these clubs right now.
The table couldn't be more real.
Couldn't be more real right now.
Exactly where we sit is right in between those two.
But now it's up to us which direction we go.
100%. 100%.
Are we going to go forward?
Yep.
Are we going to build on this? Are we going to recognize our wrongs?
Yep.
Are we going to set the record straight?
Yep.
Or are we going to crumble?
Yep.
Or are we going to fall down this league and go into those same positions there?
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Wait. Where are we? We done?
We're done.
Wait.
They're fucking it right there.
There?
Right there.
Okay.
Right there.
There?
Because that's what we want you to do. Is you got to let us know now, Tottenham. You got to let us know, what are you going to do? Are you rising and we're going to go and be competing with the Chelsea, the whatnots, or are we going the other way? Right now, we're right in the middle.
Pivotal, bro.
Pivotal. Absolutely pivotal.
Copenhagen tomorrow. We've got Man United on the weekend. Those we'll be reviewing that when we come back. We'll jump in. We'll see where we get to. But listen, drop a like, drop a comment, like you say. Big up to Little Images that do our logo. Big up to all of you that comment and like and subscribe and share it. Share it. The more you like it, the more it gets shared out there. And we love you for sending us the DMs on the Instagram as well. What are we on the Instagram, Dal?
T-Talk on Tottenham. So find us there, TT Tottenham. That's who you find us on Twitter. On Instagram is the normal T-Talk on Tottenham. If you can't find it, just find us. You know where we are. Original Heartman, Ricky Norwood. You know where to find us. Like, comment, subscribe. T-Talk on Tottenham. We're out.
We'll see you soon. Love.
And I'm not sitting here like last time, so producer man can zoom in on me.